Let me ask you something. How many times did you get up last night to use the bathroom? Once? Twice? Maybe more. Now be honest. Did you really fall back asleep easily afterward? You see, if you're over 60, you probably know that feeling. Tossing, turning, staring at the ceiling, wishing your body would just cooperate for once. That constant urge to pee at night, it's not just annoying, it's exhausting. You wake up groggy, your energy tank is on empty, and the day feels longer than it should. And the worst part? You start believing this is just part of getting older. But here's the truth. It's not just age. It's muscle weakness. Losing sleep because of a weak bladder can ripple into your heart, your hormones, and even your mood. And here's a jaw-dropping stat. According to the U.S. National Sleep Foundation, nearly 1 in 3 adults over 60 wakes up at least twice per night to urinate. That's millions of people losing precious, deep sleep night after night. Frequent nighttime urination, medically termed nocturia, isn't just a harmless inconvenience. It is a serious problem. Studies have shown that people with nocturia have double the risk of sleep disorders and depression. We're talking increased risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, even cognitive decline. Your body needs those interrupted sleep cycles to heal, reset, and recharge. And every time you get yanked out of REM sleep, you're robbing yourself of that restoration. Now, imagine if that could change. Imagine sleeping through the night. No interruptions, no 3 a.m. bathroom marathons, just calm, continuous rest. What if I told you the solution is simpler and closer than you think? This is not another sleep app. It's not melatonin, and it's definitely not chugging less water at dinner. Of course, less water at dinner helps a little. We are talking about strengthening the pelvic floor muscles. It is the real hero. Most people only hear about it after childbirth or prostate surgery. But in reality, these muscles are working quietly every second of your life. That's why a weak pelvic floor isn't just a bathroom issue. It is a sleep issue. When those muscles can't properly support your bladder, it triggers false alarms. Your brain thinks your bladder is full, even when it's not, making you rush to the toilet in the middle of the night. So if you've been waking up several times a night, don't blame your bladder alone. Blame the lazy muscles beneath it. And the good news is you can train them back to strength. So today, I'm going to show you exactly how to wake it up. Keep watching, because in just a few minutes, I'll walk you through 6 powerful, science-backed pelvic floor exercises that can help you regain bladder control, reduce nighttime trips, and finally sleep deeper and longer. Before we start, I would like to hear from you. Tell me where you're watching from in the comments section below. Now, let's get into the exercise, starting with one of my all-time favorites, the dead bug exercise. Don't let the name fool you. I know, it sounds like something you'd want to avoid doing, right? But this little move might just be one of the smartest exercises for your core and your pelvic floor. Here's where most people get it wrong. They think the dead bug is just another ab exercise, like a fancy crunch, but it's more than that. When done right, this movement teaches your core and your pelvic floor to work together. You see, your pelvic floor isn't an island. It's part of your deep core system, along with your diaphragm and your transversus abdominis. Strengthening them together builds the control that keeps your bladder calm at night. It teaches your body something called co-contraction. This is when your deep core muscles, including your pelvic floor, fire together to stabilize your spine and pelvis. And guess what happens when your pelvic floor and deep abs work as a team? Your bladder gets better support, leading to fewer false alarms, fewer midnight bathroom trips. To do it correctly, lie flat on your back with your arms extended toward the ceiling and knees bent at 90 degrees, like a bug on its back. Now inhale deeply through your nose. As you exhale, lower your right arm and left leg slowly toward the floor without arching your lower back. Then return to the starting position and switch sides. To make this movement more effective, you need to properly engage the pelvic floor muscles. So add a Kegel by imagining you're stopping the flow of urine or holding in gas, and hold that contraction for 3 to 5 seconds. That's your pelvic floor firing up. You can do 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps on each side. Trust me, this one move can retrain your body to hold firm through the night, so you wake up rested, not restless. Now, let's move on to the second exercise, the glute bridge. You've probably seen this one before. It looks simple. Just lift your hips, squeeze your butt, and lower back down. But here's the thing. Most people completely miss why this exercise matters so much, especially when it comes to your pelvic floor and your sleep. You see, a lot of people think the glute bridge is only for shaping the butt or building a stronger back. But that's only half the story. In reality, when done correctly, the glute bridge wakes up an entire chain of muscles, your glutes, hamstrings, lower back, and your pelvic floor, all working together to create stability and control. Now here's where it gets fascinating. Your glutes and pelvic floor work together. When one is weak, the other often compensates. So how does that matter for your sleep? Well, when your pelvic floor is stronger and more responsive, your bladder stays supported, meaning fewer false alarms, waking you up at night. I found this study, which shows that women over 60 who performed pelvic floor exercises like glute bridge saw a significant reduction in nocturia episodes. That's going from waking up 3 to 4 times a night to maybe just once, or even sleeping straight through. The connection here is, when you lift your hips, your glutes and hamstrings are fired up. And when you add a Kegel, you're teaching your pelvic floor to work in harmony with your posterior chain. This builds endurance in those muscles so they can hold your bladder steady. Here's how to do it properly. Simply lie on your back, knees bent, feet flat on the floor, hip width apart, and arms by your sides. Now take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, push through your heels and lift your hips toward the ceiling. At the top, add a Kegel to engage your pelvic floor by trying to stop urine flow or holding in gas, and hold that squeeze for 3 to 5 seconds. Now slowly lower your hips back down with control and repeat. You can do 3 sets of 10 to 12 slow, mindful reps 3 to 4 times a week. Do this consistently, and you're not just building stronger glutes, you're building a stronger bladder control system that helps you stay asleep longer, deeper, and more peacefully. All right, now let's slow things down a little bit, because this exercise is all about calm, control, and connection. It's called the hero pose. Now, here's the funny part. Most people think this pose is only for meditation or stretching your legs after a workout. But in reality, Virasana is one of the most underrated pelvic floor exercises ever. Here's why. When you sit in hero pose, your hips, core, and pelvic region align perfectly. That alignment gently opens up the pelvic diaphragm, the muscular hammock that supports your bladder, bowel, and reproductive organs. It's like giving your pelvic floor a deep, restorative massage while you breathe. And science agrees too. This study, published in 2015, showed that women over 60 who engaged in yoga exercises like Virasana for 6 weeks experienced 66% fewer trips to the bathroom. That's significant improvement in sleep quality within just 6 weeks. The thing here is that, unlike dynamic moves, hero pose teaches tonic control. That's the ability to maintain gentle, sustained engagement without gripping or straining. Think of it like training your pelvic floor to stay calm and supportive all night long. So yes, something as simple as sitting can change how well you sleep. To do it correctly, kneel on the floor with your knees together and feet slightly wider than hip width apart. Then slowly sit back between your feet. If your hips don't reach the floor comfortably, you can place a cushion underneath you. This is key because forcing it defeats the purpose. Now sit tall, shoulders relaxed, hands resting on your thighs, and take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, gently engage your pelvic floor and hold that light lift for 3 to 5 seconds. Repeat this rhythmic Kegel while staying seated for 3 to 5 minutes total. You can do this 4 to 5 times a week, ideally in the evening as part of your wind-down routine. Pair it with deep breathing, and you've got a natural sleep signal for your body.
Now let's talk about one of my absolute favorite total body moves, the bird dog. Here's the big myth I hear all the time. The bird dog is just for back pain or core stability. Well, partly true, but what most folks miss is that this move is a stealth pelvic floor trainer when done with intention. You see, the bird dog forces your deep core system, including your transverse abdominis and your pelvic floor, to fire together, to coordinate and work together to keep your spine steady. That's why physical therapists love it. It doesn't just make you stronger, it teaches your body how to stay in sync. That coordinated activation, it's called neuromuscular co-contraction, and it's exactly what your body needs to support your bladder all night long. Here's how to do it right. Start on all fours, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, with your spine neutral. Now, slowly extend your right arm forward and your left leg back until they're in a straight line. While your arm and leg are extended, add a Kegel and hold that gentle squeeze for 3 to 5 seconds before releasing. Now return to the start and switch sides. Aim for 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps per side, 3 to 4 times a week. Keep it slow, smooth, and mindful. This exercise doesn't just strengthen your body, it retrains your mind-muscle connection. And over time, that improved coordination helps your pelvic floor stay strong through the night, so you stay asleep and wake up feeling fully recharged. Now let's talk about a classic, the plank exercise. This is one exercise that everyone loves to hate. You know what I mean. Your arms start shaking, your abs are on fire, and 30 seconds feels like an eternity. But here's the thing. Most people think the plank is just an ab workout. In reality, it's one of the most powerful pelvic floor training moves you can do if you do it the right way. In fact, this study, published in 2025, showed that a combination of core stabilization moves like the plank exercise and pelvic floor training improved pelvic floor muscle tone and bladder control in both men and women. The researchers discovered that people who added pelvic floor engagement to their isometric exercise experienced a significant reduction in nighttime urination frequency after just 8 weeks. What the plank exercise actually does is it teaches sustained co-contraction. It teaches your transverse abdominis, your diaphragm, your multifidus, and your pelvic floor to work together to keep your spine stable. Think of it like building an internal corset that holds everything, including your bladder, in place. To do it correctly, start on your forearms and toes with your elbows under your shoulders and your body in a straight line from head to heels. Now, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, gently lift your pelvic floor by imagining stopping urine flow. Hold that subtle contraction for 3 to 5 seconds before releasing. Start with 2 to 3 sets of 20 to 30 seconds and gradually work up to a full minute as you get stronger. Do it 3 to 4 times a week. So yes, the next time you plank, remember this. You're not just sculpting your abs, you're training your body to hold through the night. Now, this next one is beautiful, both to do and to feel. It is the butterfly bridge exercise. This move looks like you're just chilling, but it is secretly rewiring your pelvic floor for better bladder control. When done intentionally, this relaxing pose becomes a powerful way to wake up your pelvic floor, release deep tension, and actually prepare your body for deep, uninterrupted sleep. Doing the butterfly bridge exercise gently opens the inner thighs and pelvic outlet while encouraging blood flow and neuromuscular awareness in the pelvic floor. It teaches your pelvic floor to release tension while still maintaining tone. Most people probably don't realize this, but a tight or overworked pelvic floor can be just as disruptive as a weak one. When those muscles never truly relax, they keep sending false alarms to your bladder, making you want to pee even when it's not full. That's where the butterfly bridge works its magic. It teaches your pelvic floor when to let go. To do it correctly, lie on your back, bend your knees, and bring the soles of your feet together, allowing your knees to fall gently open to the sides. Now place your hands beside you for support and inhale deeply. As you exhale, press your feet together and gently lift your hips towards the ceiling. At the top, add a Kegel and hold that gentle squeeze for 3 to 5 seconds before releasing. Now return to the start and switch sides. Aim for 3 sets of 8 to 10 gentle lifts and 3 to 5 times a week. So there you have it, 6 simple yet powerful pelvic floor exercises that can completely transform the way you sleep. No pills, no side effects, just your body, your breath, and a few mindful minutes each day. But here's the most important part. You have to start. Not tomorrow, not next week, but tonight. Before you go to bed, try just one of these exercises, even if it's just a minute or two, because consistency beats intensity every single time. This is your first step to fewer bathroom trips at night, better sleep, better recovery, and improved overall quality of life. I'd love to know, which of these exercises are you starting with tonight? Tell me in the comments below. I read every single one of them, and I truly enjoy hearing your progress stories. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future health and wellness videos like this one. Remember, a stronger pelvic floor doesn't just mean fewer bathroom trips. It means better sleep, better confidence, and a better you. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, sleep well, stay strong, and take care of your body.